Hey there guys, what's going on? Gale here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Honkai Star Rail video. And today we are here to take a look at the HYSILENS trailer, Daughter of the Sea. Now, of course, with version 3.5 coming up, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what's in store for us. Of course, I'm very interested in the Amphoria story. I've personally loved what we've seen so far from it. Yes, the presentation and just generally the way Honkai Star Rail is with how they do the story in terms of pacing and presentation has been poor, not just now but for a while now. I would say it's still been very good in terms of the story itself. I personally really liked it. I personally really liked the approach they're going for, taking a lot of hints and a lot of beats from Honkai Impact Third's own Flame Chaser story, but I feel like they're doing a good job in the way they've done it for Honkai Star Rail itself, personally to me. Now, I want to see what you guys have to say, of course, about the trailer itself that we are getting here, but also in terms of the Amphoria story. What are you guys thinking about the story so far? What do you guys like about it, dislike about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's take a look at this trailer. I'm very excited to see what's in store for us. And of course, if you guys going to enjoy this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We'll be dropping more HSR and Genshin content over the next couple of weeks. Like I said, both games are, really exciting at this point in time for me personally, with HSR, of course, going down, towards the end of Amphorius, and with Genshin, it's approaching a new dawn with Nodcry and the Song of Welcome Moon, right? I think that's going to be, both games are doing their own things that are super exciting for me personally. But anyways, let's check out this trailer. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds, give or take, 23 seconds to be precise. Let's take a look. Let's talk about it. We'll break it down after this first watch. Let's take a look. Is there subtitles? There is subtitles. We'll enable that for sure. Can we play? YouTube? There we go.
Once upon a time,
All right.
in the frigid depths of the ocean, lived a sea siren princess who loved to sing.
Okay.
Like the beginning of all stories, one day... Huh? As expected, the unexpected happened to her.
Oh my god, a mysterious creature. Okay.
The princess, however, remained unfazed. It is what it is.
I still love her design, man. Oof. I wish I could go for it. I have a dot team as well, Kafka and Black Swan, but yeah.
Such as a magical encounter.
Why are there more people here than fish?
There's interesting stuff everywhere.
I don't eat seafood.
There are humans who don't eat fish, and there are cats who steal fish.
Oh god. Cyber stealing fish.
Give me back my fish!
Oh god. Oh god. Cat plus water. Bad. Oh my god. That's amazing.
The news of the sea siren princess making a ruckus in the market spread in the city.
Really pretty.
Hey, absolutely no.
I assume Saritra is gonna... Yep.
Don't worry.
Enter the... What was that? I need to check.
Be gone!
An escape is unavoidable. Human pursuers finally exiled the two and drove them into the deep sea. But the sea also harbors evil. And so, on that day, the sea siren princess made a decision. Alone,
Okay.
she sank into the depths of the sea.
This is not how I was expecting the story to go. Let's talk about it a little bit. Ooh.
Once upon a time.
I love what they do
in
with the
frigid
logo
depths of the
every time. I
ocean,
wish Genshin and
lived
other
a
games
sea
did that a bit
siren
more,
princess
you know?
who no longer sang. She had never seen land, but day after day, she painted visions in her dreams of an encounter 1,000 years from now.
Okay. Okay, so let's break it down a little bit, because this is obviously something that's quite different in a way compared to, what we've seen so far in terms of, because the fact of the matter is, right, in previous patches, we'd get a general idea of the character itself, especially when it came to Amphorius. We got a general idea of the character's involvement in the story. This time around, it's kind of like way back when we got Aglaya for the first time, because 3.5 is like we're starting a new region all over again. Yes, we know of what's happening in Amphorius, and we're of course approaching the end, but technically it's also the start of a fresh start in a way, because we're going back in time, right? That's the whole idea of the time loop and everything, right? So it seems like this is going to be very interesting, because we're going to be probably entering a time, based on what we're seeing here, just before HYSILENS makes her first appearance on land, potentially, or even, generally speaking, makes her first appearance in Okema, I think, at least, if I'm not mistaken, at least based on my understanding here, very basic understanding of this trailer. I'd imagine that to be the case. Let's slow it down a bit. Let's drop the playback speed to 0.5 if we can. If I can. I don't know why YouTube's being so slow today. It's a bit weird. Let's see. Can I... 0.5? 0.5. And let's lower the volume a little bit. But yeah, no, so it does seem like that's going to be the case, that obviously we're going back to the very beginning, 1,000 years ago. While we're going to still see the likes of Cypher, Baglaya, stuff like that, it's going to be very much at that start of the era, basically, if I'm not mistaken. If my understanding is correct, of course. As we also play the role of the deliverer as well, as you can see right here. It is going to be interesting to see, obviously, how our memories are going to be. I assume we're going to remember everything. We're going to try and get involved as soon as possible. That is going to be where things get interesting, of course, right? So yeah, we're obviously getting our first look at how HYSILENS comes into land. Oh my god, I just saw all the presents and stuff. All right, let's see. What is this? Oh, this is amazing, man. She's getting a chomp already. She already chomped into the fish as well. What I wanted to see was, what did it say behind Ceridra? Because this was effectively also our first look at Ceridra in terms of the story itself, in terms of, you know, a character trailer, of course. Maide, Finon as well. I noticed Finon. I didn't see Maide there. So yeah, enter the villain. Oh, the villain. Okay. So this is going to be interesting, because of course in the version 3.5 stream, right, we obviously saw, obviously they gave way too much away in terms of the 3.5 stream. In my opinion, I feel like HSR has this big problem when it comes to their streams, where they're so easily giving away their bosses and stuff like that. I don't think they need to do that, to be quite honest. There's no reason to. Yes, talk about the story, talk about like the premise of who your character is and what they might be doing in the story, but the amount of information they give in the stream tends to be a little bit too much. Like, for example, right now we know that Lygus is obviously going to make a more active play, right, compared to before, where he was just an observer and a effective sort of like an advisor role, kind of, at most, you could say, right? He is now going to play a more of an active role in, you know, pushing decisions to be made, you know, making things happen the way he wants it to happen, purely because he's so close, right? He's so close, 0.04% of the way to getting Iron Tomb ready to rock and roll, right? And it's the same thing here as well, where he's obviously going to play a role, and I assume this is a sort of like a hint towards, of course, Lygus potentially, you know, influencing Ceridra in some way, shape, or form, where we're going to be exiled. Maybe. It does seem that way, at least. And HYSILENS may be on our side, may not be on our side. Maybe it's a double bluff from Ceridra's end. Who knows, right? We're going to have to wait and see, of course. We're going to have to wait and see. But I'm quite curious about this. So it... Obviously, we also have, we know that Sticia, we're going to be getting the day version of it, the Dawnbreak version of it, you could say. Going to be very interesting to see how that map comes into play. I assume that's where we get exiled to, potentially. Maybe. Obviously, HYSILENS may sacrifice herself, it seems like. We know that there's going to be a big fight against Lygus at the end, right? We know that they showed off the fucking boss fight right at the end. I still am annoyed with them for that they shouldn't have revealed that. It would have been so cool to see Lygus as a boss fight tomorrow, you know, when we get access to it, when we're doing the story. Would have been insane. Would have been insane to just have it as is, right? But yeah, alas, we've been juked a bit there, and they've just given it to us, which is kind of annoying, to be quite honest. I know most people who probably follow leaks and stuff probably would have seen it already, but still, I mean, like, come on, for me, somebody like me, I don't look at story leaks that much, to be honest, and I avoid story leaks as best as I can, even though people on Twitter are really annoying with how they do, spoil shit, to be quite honest, but still, I don't really look at story leaks, and it would be lovely to be able to experience all of this for myself for the first time, it would be amazing. But yeah, very like I like the trailer a lot. I really like HYSILENS. I wish I could go for her. I'm just really broke right now after a E6 Sing Saber. I am really, really broke. But also just generally, I know my dot team isn't necessarily like, well, it's got the core stuff. I've got Kafka, I've got Black Swan. I just need another one like HYSILENS basically, and a fourth unit can be any sort of like sustained unit basically. I can run with that, but still I am kind of avoiding it because I want to go for Evernight. I really want to go for Evernight in 3.6, and then of course in 3.7 Elysia / Cyrene we will be going for her as well. So yeah, that's it pretty much. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your day, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. Catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Bye bye.